Hotcakes Gaming is back for another Guild Ball match report. Hooray! You are, of course, here with your Hotcakes Gaming host, James, back after a long time. I do apologise because I've been running Ardacon, which is a huge Lord of the Rings SPG convention. But these guys next to me have forced me back into the fold. This is T&G Productions, everybody. Big warm welcome to the show. Are you fans of Laboratory Longball Abattoir Way Days?
Very much so, very excited to be here.
Good, and I was quite excited when I got the email, and Jamie Giblin was very complimentary of your work.
Hooked us up, didn't he?
Absolutely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a link in the video description below. Make sure you go and check these guys out. Some really good Guild Ball content. How long have you been playing Guild Ball for now, guys?
6 month mark are we hitting now? About
just
6
about,
months?
just about.
Fantastic.
So, getting into it, still learning every match.
Yeah.
Probably going to learn a lot more this match.
I don't know. Now, I think this is a good time to put a bit of a disclaimer in from us to you guys. Yes. I haven't played Guild Ball since the last match report that you watched, which I believe was versus Rage's Union. Does that sound familiar? I think that sounds familiar.
I think it was you.
And I got battered in that one as well. I think I've won with the Alchemists for a little while. And these guys, relatively new?
Relatively new, very casual, aren't we? So that's our disclaimer for me getting battered and yeah.
Oh, I'm not. Here we go, we're all making our excuses before the game starts. Now this is going to be a bit of a 2-on-1. So that's my excuse.
Already a disadvantage.
2 brains are definitely better than 1 in this instance. But what we are going to be doing, this is Laboratory Longball, which of course means I'm going to be fielding the Alchemists, pure Alchemists, just as you've seen throughout the series, and trying to do some fun, cool stuff with them rather than being too competitive. And these guys are going to be doing the same. And you're going to be bringing a Butchers team.
There's a lot of conflict with the Butchers team, isn't there? You're not happy with our decision. Fillet Butchers, the other woman as it's called.
Yeah.
Team Brisket. So if you're not going to check that out, it's Team Brisket or Team Fillet at the moment, and you're definitely Team Brisket.
I'm definitely 100% Team Brisket.
And you're definitely
Team Fillet, so...
Now,
Civil.
I'm Team Ox, to be honest.
Cop out.
I love Ox. I think Ox is great for the synergy of the Butchers. But even though we played the Butchers already on Laboratory Longball, we are going to be playing against Fillet Butchers, so an opportunity for you guys to see her in action and do some cool stuff. So there's nothing left to do but to get down and show you our teams right now. And of course, here our home team for Laboratory Longball. We have got the Alchemists, same old Alchemists. You can check out the lineup in any of our Laboratory Longball match reports. We are actually here in Element Games today. Beautiful setting. It's the first time I've filmed in here for a long time. I'm sure the guys agree. That's pretty good. So hopefully the Laboratory Longball home team can do the business today.
Okay, and we've brought along Fillet's Butchers. You can see on the left we've got Angry Abe Lincoln, as we call him, Rage. We've got Brisket, the wonderful Fillet, Little Boy Boiler with Princess, and then the wonderful momentum churning Shank. So hopefully we'll be able to get some blood damage and a few kills. And some goals in this team, I have to say. Hopefully.
There's some goals in this team. So here we go, Fillet's Butchers versus Midas' Alchemists. Got my Ardacon dice here. Make sure you come to 2017 Ardacon, everybody.
Nice
cheap plug.
Placement.
A little bit of a plug there. Okay, so what's going to happen?
All 3
You
each.
know what that means. We roll again. I get a 5 each.
Again.
Deadlocked at the moment. I'm going to let you roll first.
Let's just call it a draw, I think. That'll do. A 6.
Good job. No. So we get to pick kick or receive.
I would like to receive the ball, please.
You'd like to receive the ball, no problem. So we're going to crack on with that now. And here are the Alchemists at setup, and as you can see, Midas has chosen to be the one kicking the ball out, and across the pitch it's the bloody Butchers ready and waiting. Quite a footballing team, I have to say. They can definitely put the damage out there. So Midas here, he's going to be moving up, not too far, just to that position there, and he's going to attempt to kick the ball just across the halfway line there. He's got 3 dice to kick. Let's see if it's successful. And yes, it is with that 4+. So which direction is it going to go? It's going to go in the 6, and it's going to go 6 inches. No, it's not. Let's re-roll that. It's going to go in the 1. That's more like it. And it's going to go 2 inches, which means it's going to stop dead, and it hits that obstacle there. So that's the kick-off. Let's go for allocation of influence.
Right then, so we'll start with the Butchers. So Shank has got 3 influence on him, just so he can try and chase the ball and grab it. Angry Abe has got 1, which is his maximum. Fillet starting with 4 for a change. Usually she has her Great Tower of Fillet. Boiler with 1. Princess with nothing, just for a bit of moral support. And then we've got Brisket at the end here with 3. Hopefully get her further up pitch this turn.
And speaking of great towers, it's the Great Tower of Midas. There is no other way. There is no other way. There he is at the front with his 7. We have put a couple on Mercury there as well, though, just to give a bit of an option. And remember, he does have that extra influence to play with because of Flask. And then over on this left flank, we've got the wonderful Vitriol, who's ready to pounce with her 4. Let's go. It's the start again.
Right then, so our boy Shank is going to go first. He is going to spend 1 influence to do a curved run of 8 inches to about there, so in his path he will snap the ball. He's going to spend his 2nd influence to make a 4-inch where did they go dodge, just to here with the ball, and then hopefully with his last one he is going to attempt to kick the ball to Boiler. Now he's only got 2 dice, so luckily that is a success, so he will kick it to Boiler, which will generate me a point of momentum to use. Over to you, mate.
And pretty simple one here from the Alchemists. It's the big guy compound, just moving, just so the back end of his base is 4 inches away from the goal. Back to the Butchers.
Right then, over to the beautiful puppy Princess. She's got a 6-inch move, which means she's basically just going to scoot here behind this rough ground and bark intimidatingly in the Alchemist direction. Over to you.
Anyone can do a salt shuffle, and I'm going to do one as well. We're just going to move Flask back there, and it's back over to Butchers.
Go on then, Tom. This is a new one.
The Rage Special, he's going to spend his 1 to tool up Fillet,
Shocking.
and then he's going to move his 5-inch base just so he's within the cover of that line of sight.
Next up, we got Mercury, and he's going to start things off just by spending 2 to do his Fire Blast, and just to lob a bit of hot stuff right there into the middle of the pitch. Just into that position there. Now that he's done that, I'm going to move on to his movement. And now that his job is done, he's just going to scoot back so that he's exactly 4 inches away from Flask. Back to the Butchers.
Right then, so Boiler's turn, pretty straightforward. He's going to move up to here. He's going to try and kick the ball to Brisket with his 1 influence. So George, I'm going to trust you with the
Okay,
die.
we'll do 1 each, be fair.
Go for it.
I'm
2
sorry.
dice. Success!
Oh, sorry.
Luckily
Sorry.
my dice are all paid off. That will generate me a point of momentum. So I've got 2. I'll spend that immediately though, just to make Brisket scoot up with a bit of a pass and go little move. And that's him.
And next up it's Calculus, and she's just going to shuffle just so that she's an inch away from cover. Just like
Right
that.
then, over to the other woman, as Georgie calls her.
Can't stand her.
She's gonna spend 1 to run 9 inches, just so that she's kind of helping out with Princess here. 3 left, and she is going to spend 2 of her influence to give Brisket quick foot. So I'll just put this underneath there, which gives her +2/+2 move, and the last one will just go unused.
Next up it's Vitriol, and she's going to spend 2 to drop a smoke cloud on herself there, so she can get that extra movement. We'll just pop that there in a second, and she's then going to spend 1 just to run up and get herself within 1 inch of the cover there, which will hand things back over to Butchers and Brisket.
Right then, so we're going to go all or nothing on turn 1 here. So Brisket has got a pathway over some fast ground here, and she's got quick foot, so her 8-inch sprint will actually go up to 12 with the +2 and the +2. Now, after a lot of measuring, we've worked out a lot of measuring sticks. That should be able to get her to round about this area here. She has got the ball with her. She has got the ability to spend 1 for Super Shot to give her +1 dice and +2 inches to the kick, which will make it 10. And I'm going to attempt a shot on goal with my single piece of momentum and that last influence. She will have 4 dice, but because Mr. Mercury is in the way, I'm going to need a 5+. So, here's hoping. Smashes it.
Smashes it.
Fantastic. So I will gain my point of momentum and my goal influence next turn, and that is a rare goal for my Butcher. So
Who knew?
special edition event match report here.
So the Butchers have taken an early lead, and we're going to try and bounce this ball back out to the main man. It's Midas. So here we go. We need to see where it goes. It's going to go in the 1. Not far, please. 5 inches. That's exactly where we want. So we're going to mark that out now, and then there's only 1 man left to go. It's still the show. It's Midas. So it's Midas, and what's he going to do? Well, he's going to ignore the ball and he's going to make eyes for Shank. That's right, he's going to do that now with a 2 influence spent to charge, and he's just going to charge up well within his 8 inches into that position there.
I am going to declare a counter-attack, I think, because I can see where this is going, so I'll spend my 1 momentum there.
Absolutely. So I've made the charge, so I've got 6 dice and I've got the extra 4. I'm going to roll for that straight away. So Shank has declared that counter-attack, and I'm going to roll now. So I've got my 10 dice here, needing 4s to hit, and that's
Quite a few 6s.
That's about right. That's about right. So 5 hits. So that's going to be a momentous 2 damage plus a push dodge, which I'll do now. So that's him dragged a little bit closer towards the halfway line, and of course that gains me a point of momentum, which I'll put in my imaginary goal token before Georgie does the counter attack. So here we go.
It's Tom's impulsive decision to do a counter attack. So let's see.
Here
What
goes.
am I needing to roll here?
I had to check and make sure Shank couldn't do anything new.
No, it was just my mistake straight away.
no, it's
6 tack. Need 5s. Oh, look.
2.
To be
Not
fair,
too bad for me.
For you, that's not too bad at all. So that is. We're going to go for the 2 damage in the dodge.
I think that might be wise.
2 damage in the dodge. So I'm stuck within his
Absolutely.
melee
Still be within his
zone,
melee.
but he is just basically going to scoot, taking Midas with him, just over to there.
Fantastic. So we'll mark that 2 damage now, and then we'll go to the rest of Midas's attacks. So we're going to spend the next one to hit Shank again. So needing 4s here. And that's not a great roll. We've got 2 there, which only means one thing. That's a momentous push dodge. Everybody's favourite move.
Yeah.
And here we go. We're going to spend the next one now that he's been pulled a little bit out to hit again. So can we get some more 4s this time? And we get 3 that time, which is just about right, which again will be a momentous push dodge. So I dragged him just slightly away from the cover for now, and I'm going to hit again. So let's see what I do this time. So let's see what we get, and that's a poor roll. I just get the 1 that time, so I'm going to do 1 damage, non-momentous.
Knocks him down to 11.
I'm down to 11. I'll spend the next one. Do the same again. Okay, hopefully do a little bit better this time. And I do. I get 4 that time, and with the 4, I'm going to do 2 damage.
Down to 9.
Down to 9. I'm going to spend the last one, and let's hit again. Let's hope for a decent roll.
Got some range.
Wow. So that time we got 4. Oh no, I got 5.
The aggressive roll worked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Aggressive roll works well. I'm going to do a momentous 2 damage and the push dodge. 1 each push dodge. So I'm going to do that now, and Shank is down to...
He's on 7 HP, so he's feeling a bit ropey.
Yeah.
Ouch. And this is our Guild Ball pitch at the end of the turn, so the Butchers have raced forward with 4 VPs for a goal, whilst Shank does look a little bit vulnerable going into the next turn, and the Alchemists have all of the momentum. We're going to resolve any conditions. I don't think there are any across the board. Nothing needs to be done apart from to take off the tokens and to roll to see who's going to go next. So I do have +4 here, and Tom's going to roll.
Because I can't.
Gonna pray, so a 2, so I think you're good.
Yeah, you don't even need to roll.
Well, let's do it anyway for formality.
That just puts a bullet point on
Sure.
it.
2017.
Oh, advertising.
Nicely done.
Buy
yes.
tickets now.
Here we go, so the Alchemists are put down first. Got 2 on Mercury there, just to keep him useful. And of course, the Tower of Midas with 7. Vitriol's got 4. I think this is going to be a big turn for her. And then straight across from them, we've got Shank, looking a bit vulnerable.
Yeah, pain decision whether to give Shank, and you see he's got 2. Rage has got his customary 1. Boiler, we're hoping for something good potentially this turn. He's got 4. Poor Fillet, only 3 this time. 1 on the puppy, and then 2 on little Lady Brisket over there.
Fantastic, that's our pitch. Let's go to Alchemists in turn 2, first phase. Here we go, and there's only one way to start. This is what we've been setting up for, not just for the momentum to go first, but to try and get Shank out of the game with that 2-inch melee. Very, very important against the Alchemists. So we've got Vitriol, and she is within that 2 inches. That's what we've gone for. And Shank, unfortunately, is now in cover, so of course she gets +2, -1 because of the cover, and she's just going to start wailing on him. So down here we've got 6 dice. Remember, she gets +1 to damage as well, and he's on 7 health. Is that correct? Okay.
On the rope there.
So needing 4s to hit.
Knocking all the towers over.
Midas's tower has been decimated.
Midas's tower has crumbled, and we get 4 as a result there, which is pretty good. So with that, we're immediately going to take 3 damage, which will go up to 4.
Ooh.
3 HP left.
So we're going to spend the next one as well. So she's only got 2 left now. And she's going to hit again, so needing the 4s. That time gets 2. And with the 2, didn't really want to get 2. I wouldn't have minded 3. So with that, I'm going to choose to do. What's he down to? 3?
3 HP.
So I'm going to do 1 damage, which is going to go to 2.
Okay.
Oh, clinging on.
Clinging on to life.
Yeah, we're doing that for a reason.
Tactical.
It's a tactical reason. I hope it pays off. Okay, so we're going to go again. So here we go, needing 4s. And there we go. See, it's all about the noise.
It's all I was about to say.
It's all about the
noise.
j-j-j.
Right.
So with that, I'm going to do a momentous clone, which is what I'm going for, and again, that point of momentum for that. And then with the last one here, we're going to hit again, and roll those 6 dice, and we will kill him.
To death.
And we get 4 hits there. So yeah, that's going to be 3 damage, which goes up to 4. That's
Sure you don't
gonna
want the
kill him.
push dodge? The push dodge?
No.
No, we'll just take him
Definitely
now,
not.
shall we?
So I'm going to get a point of momentum for killing him, and it's now 4-2. But I haven't done my movement yet, so we're going to measure that out for her now. And remember, she is cloned. And of course, she's benefiting from cover, so she gets a +2 move, and she's just going to walk, and she's going to go pick up that ball an inch and walk up to the cover on the far side of the pitch with the ball, and that's going to end Vitriol's activation.
Right then, simple one for us. Rage, as opposed to his completely murderous nature, is going to retreat slightly.
Gonna run away.
And he's essentially going to move back just so he's a little bit out of range of Midas and his ridiculous movement that he can give himself, and hopefully just looking a bit intimidating for Vitriol in the future.
And Flask is just going to trundle up his 5 inches just next to his buddy Mercury.
Right, so it's a bit of a reset for the Butchers now after that kind of early run up. So Brisket is going to move over the fast ground again with 1 spent to run, which is basically just going to nest just in behind there. And her second point will be just to give herself super shot, just in the case of some sort of miracle that happens.
Can't waste it.
Can't waste it. I can't use it.
Makes sense.
She's got it for a reason.
And that'll do.
There we go, that's the Butchers, so it's back to the Alchemists. Here we go, it's Pink-Haired Calculus, and she's just going to do a little shuffle, staying within an inch of the cover, just to that position there. Back to Butchers.
Princess is going to spend her 1. She's got an 8-inch run, but she'll lose 2 because of the rough ground. 6 inches, just to scoot there and provide Boiler with a bit of moral support.
Aww.
Back to you.
And it's the move of the big guy, and he's going to stay where he is.
Okay, so Fillet is simply going to move her way round here. She's going to spend 2 of her influence to attempt to pain circle this area here with Midas. So she's got 2 dice, hoping for a 5. Oh, and nothing. So sadly, ignores him, but leaves the circle. Yeah. Over to you.
Here we go, next up it's the turn of Mercury. Measures this out, he's just going to walk up 5 inches just to that point there, next to Calculus, and he's going to be lobbing his flame just there next to that pain circle. That'll end him. Goes away the influence, and it goes back over to Team Butchers.
Right, Boiler's got all the influence in the world, but not much to do with it. So he's going to spend 2 to give the dog swift stance because, you know, exercising futility, and then he's going to nudge himself just a little bit further ahead, just because we know what's coming with Midas, and that's his go.
Here we go. There's only one man to do, it's the one-man show. It's Mr. Midas. Okay, I've just been talking myself up. Tom's been laughing at me while I talk to myself for a little while about why I'm doing this. So I'm actually going to spend a point of momentum here to call whatchamacallit? You know what I'm talking about.
Metallic
skin. That's the one. It gives me the +2 movement. It gives me +2 movement. And that's going to allow me to get an inch away from Rage himself there. Okay, charging of course. So I spent 2 to do that, and I've got 10 dice here needing 4s and 0. Let's see, a good result.
Oh, good result.
Really good so far.
Even better?
Even better. So, wow, I think I'm actually going to have to come off screen and measure up exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be doing a momentous push dodge. Of course, I pick up the lead because I went through the pain circle, but I am going to gain that momentum back there, and we're going to drag him away and go for the next attack. At this point, I'm going to spend another one, and let's go for him again. So I'm down to attack 6 now. And let's see what I can get with this. So on that time, I only get the 2. And the 2 is going to allow me to do that momentous push dodge again. Let's spend another one. Let's wail on him again. So we've got our 6 dice. 6 dice here, needing those 4s. And that's a poor one. That is a poor one.
I'll take that.
So with that, I am going to do the 1 damage. Oh no, I'm going to do a momentous heavy. There's no point. I'm going to do 1 damage for now.
Down to 16.
Down to 16. So it's momentum that I want, and didn't get it that time, so that's a little bit worrying. So I'm on 3 at the moment. I've just bought another attack, so needing those 4s. And that came back round well. So we got 4 that time, and with 4, what are you down to? 16? 16. I need the momentum, but I think when I get good results like that, I'm going to take the 2 damage that time. I'm going to take 2 damage.
Down to 14.
Down to 14. And spending the next one. Push dodge time, of course. I get it, needing 4s, and whoa!
That's not bad.
That's
4 hits.
4 again. But I'm going to go for the momentous push dodge, not the damage that time.
I want the YouTube comments to just be push dodge Alchemists.
Push dodge, that's what they do, that's what he does. Need that momentum for next turn. And final one, spend that last one. Let's see what Midas does. Needing a 4+. And oh no, that's not what he wanted. Not what he wanted at all. But with that in mind, 1. He's going to do a momentous heavy burden, and he's going to. It doesn't matter who he does it on. He'll do it on rage. There we go.
Okay.
Because you've got no one left to move, right?
No, I'm all gone.
You're all done. So momentous heavy burden, that puts me up to 5, which guarantees me the next turn, which is good. We're going to play out all conditions. Midas will take 3 damage, and everybody else is fine. Move those tokens, and let's go for turn 3 already of this Guild Ball match report. And here we go, going into turn 3. Shank has returned, but the Alchemists got to allocate their influence first, and of course the first thing I did was to put 7 on Midas. That's what you do, everybody, don't call it. 2 on Mercury, like having him back there, just chucking out the odd fireball. And Victor, of course, with 4, she's got the ball over there, hopefully ready to do some good stuff. So, I'm not sure which way it's going to go at the moment. Feels slightly advantage Alchemist right this
your
second.
way a little bit,
yeah,
yes.
just a little bit. But as we know, the rhythm of the game can change at any point. It's one of the wonderful things about Guild Ball. So we're going to go into Alchemists, turn 3, first activation. So of course, Midas here still carries bleed because he's within range of Fillet down there, but he's not too bothered about that right now. He is focused on Rage right ahead of him. He's going to try and take him out the game, but 14 health might be a tough ask. So what he's going to do, he's going to activate his legendary play, which means that we can spend up to 3 influence, and for each influence spent, he gains a point of momentum, which we're going to need, I think, in this situation. Okay, so he's going to stand very still, first of all, because he's within 1 inch range, and he is just going to choose to hit first of all. So he spends that influence and gains a point of momentum. And let's do this. So that point of momentum, he's got his 6 dice here. Okay, so needing 4s here. Now I'm not 100% sure at what point he gains that, whether it's when he's actually done the action or whether it's after, but I'll play it as if it's after. So I'm not going to call his heroic at this point. I think that's the right way of doing it. So needing 4s here, and there we go. Look at that. I've got the 4 there. So that's good. That's going to do 2 damage, which we want, and that's going to give us that point of momentum, which I've just plopped there, which I'm going to spend to activate Metallic Skin, and we're going to do the +1 damage here.
Okay. 12 HP to whittle down here.
12 HP. Okay, and we've got 6 dice here to try and do it. So we're going to spend another one, like so. And let's see, lots and lots of 4s. And that's not too bad there. So we've got 3 there that time. And all we're going to do is we're going to do 1 damage, which is going to go to 2. 1 damage, which is going to go to 2. Because we spent 1, we get that point of momentum, which we're going to keep. And this will be our 3rd action. So we'll get a point of momentum for this. We're just going to attack again, needing a 4+. So let me spend it. There we go. And let's see, 4+. We get 1 that time. Okay, which is fine. We're going to do 1 damage, which goes to 2.
Down to 8 HP.
down to 8 HP, and we gain that point of momentum for that. So 2 momentum at this point, and you're down to 8, and we've got 4 left.
4 left.
That's just about what I need. Okay, so we're going to spend 1 here, like so, and let's give this a good crack. I'm going to spend 1 point of momentum, or am I? No, I'm not. I'm going to hit you first, needing those 4s. Let's see, lots and lots of them. 3, which will still be 1 damage, which goes to 2.
Down to 6.
Okay, so we're going to spend the next 1.
Poor Rage. Poor Shank, poor Rage.
There we go. And there we go, that's
3 hits.
3 again, so that's going to be 1 damage, which goes to 2.
4 HP remaining.
There we go, and next one. He's got 4 left, yep, so I've just spent that next one. Let's hit again. And that time,
4 hits.
he gets 4, which is 2 damage, which goes to 3.
Down to his last little bit of health.
I'm going to spend this last one. I'm going to spend this last one and hit you again. And there we go. So we get 2 hits that time. 1 damage, which goes to 2, which is going to take you out and gain me a point of momentum, which I'm then going to immediately spend to remove the bleed condition.
Okay.
Makes sense. And at that point, I'm now going to do my movement, which I'll measure out now. And Midas is just going to trundle up, making sure that he's an inch away from that cover into that position there. Flips over to the Butchers.
Right then, so Boiler is going to go next. He is going to move up just to about there. Spend 1 of his influence to try and mark Midas's target, which will give him +2 to the charge. So we need 5+, and I get it. Thank God for that.
Result.
So that is +2 to the charge, and the second one will just go to waste. So he will just kind of stand there.
There we go, end of the Butcher's movement, back over to the Tricksy Alchemists. And I'm going to move Flask, who is going to stay where he is.
Easy one for the loyal dog. She is just going to scoot next to Boiler there and end her turn.
Next up is Calculus, and Calculus is just going to move into that position. There, not too far at all, sticking with the buddies. And that means it goes back over to Team Butchers.
So, Fillet is going to spend 1. She's got an 11-inch run, so she is just going to run into base contact with Midas just there, which should pop his.
He certainly will do, so he's got unpredictable movement, so I'm going to move him away. And so, as you can see, Midas has dodged away, but of course Fillet has got Pain Circle. So she spent 1 to run up.
She's going to spend 2 for the Pain Circle.
2 for the Pain Circle.
2 dice, and we need 5+.
Then 5+.
2 6s,
2
that'll do
sixes,
for me.
yeah.
Fair enough, no.
So that is a single point of damage to him, and
Absolutely.
Fillet can make her little Trixie 1-inch dodge, so she should be
She'll be an inch away.
exactly an inch away.
There we go. So on to the rest of Fillet's activation.
Okay then, so Fillet is going to spend 1 to do a round of attacks on Midas. She's got 8 tokens already ready to go.
There.
Counter attack.
Counter attack.
Ready.
She's got 8 base, which will go down to 7 because of the cover. She needs 5s to hit him, and it's on +1 damage because he's bleeding. So, a solitary hit there, which is not what I wanted in any way. That'll be 1 non-momentous damage,
Which goes to 2.
which goes to 2.
So potentially a little bit risky, but I think it's worth it for the momentum here because of course 5s to hit and -1 dice with a counter attack. So what can Midas do? Jabba jabba jabba! Believed in it.
Yeah, those noises, they're magic.
They work. Gibling's in the background and he knows.
He knows.
He knows. I was walking around Ardacon actually picking up people's dice and they were going, they're not working very well. I said, you don't believe in it.
Yeah. You
What
said
did I do
this
with
to
you
me.
guys earlier?
You said it, yeah.
These 2 guys said, you've got to believe in it. They rolled, did poorly, picked up 1, got the 6. Look at that. There we go. So we got 3 hits there, which is going to give us that push dodge that we want. And the push dodge has saved Mighty Bacon. He's packed away. He's backed away. He's where he wants to be. Of course, he is bleeding. He's a little bit vulnerable at the moment in terms of the amount of damage. I think he's only got 8 health left. But yeah, he's safe. And 2 of your influence.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to take the opportunity to use Fillet's legendary to make him suffer his 3 blood damage.
Fantastic. So he's going to suffer his 3 blood damage now, which I'm going to mark off. And that's going to be the end of her activation. There we go. And Compound is just going to stay exactly where he is. Back to Butchers.
Right, pretty easy one for me. Shank is going to move up 5 inches just to there, and that one's unspent.
And next up is Mercury, and he's going to be doing just a little bit of a shuffle round, just so he's within an inch. Oh, in fact, it will just go to about there in between. He needs to remain 4 inches away from Flask, of course, so he gets that point of influence next turn. And he's just going to chuck the flame out into around that position there, which will pass things back over to the
Right,
Butchers.
Brisket's just going to dazzle the adoring fans by doing the world famous salt shuffle, and that is her go.
Here we go, it's Vitriol's time to shine, I hope anyway. So she's going to spend 2 to actually charge, and she's going to charge so that she is 10 inches away from the goal. So she did get 2 inches. I think she actually gets an extra bit of movement on her charge, so I will measure that out now. So yeah, Vitriol will spend that 2 to charge, and she's made sure that she's 8 inches away from the goal. And then she will get +2, -1 because of her special rule, because Fillet is in cover. So we've got a nice number of dice here. I think it's 10 dice in total, and we need 5s here.
Oh dear, it's not looking good.
Here we go. And we get 3.
4.
4. So we'll work out what we're going to do, and then we're going to smash on from there. And we're going to take that world famous momentous push dodge. That gives me a point of momentum at that point. And I'm now going to spend my next one. I only need 1 to shoot, right? Okay, I'll spend my next one.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
yes, for us.
it's been a while, and I don't want to make any mistakes at this rather key moment. So here we go. So I've now got the 6 in total, needing 5s. And we get 3 that time. 3 that time. Which will be another momentous push dodge. Why not? You've got nothing left to go, have you? So another momentous push dodge, which I'm not going to take. I'm going to gain that point of momentum, and I'm going to spend 2 to clear bleed from Midas at this point to try and save his bacon. I believe I can clear him yet.
Yeah, definitely he's within 8 inches easily.
Good stuff. So I'm going to be down to 2 at this point, and we'll take that away. So now we are going to try and score the goal. We're going to try and score the goal. So we're going to spend 1, and we are going to, she's got a good kick. She's got a kick of 4. Let's go with it. She's going to try and score. So last point of influence. Here we go. Let's see, can she do it? Needing a 4+. She's got 1 momentum in the bag left after shooting. Can we score?
Yeah.
And we do. So fantastic there from Vitriol. Takes it to 8-4. She's going to score. That's the last activation of the turn. That gets me a point of momentum. And let's go into the
Right
kick
then,
out.
so we're going to go with the kick out. We're going to go 10 inches this way. Direction is going to be 4 along this line, and it's going to move 4 inches. So basically, just to there.
Fantastic. And there we go. We're going to remove everything, go for any conditions. I don't believe any of us have got any conditions now that Midas has taken his off. I'm currently on +2 at the moment, so you've got a chance here.
Hopefully, if I roll a bit
Let's
better.
see how you do. Okay, this is where you roll a 1.
1 cue, 2, not bad.
As if by mind.
And
You've got it. There you
take
go.
it. So first turn it's going to go to the Alchemists. So here's how we've set up going into turn 4. It's turn 4 already. Wow, turn 4 already. And Midas, of course, got his 7 there, 4 on Vitriol, 2 on Mercury. Pretty standard. In the meantime, Fillet sensing an opportunity. She's got quite a bit on her there.
Great Tower of Fillet to go with Midas.
Absolutely, I can see some serious damage being done there. In the meantime, everything else is pretty well spread. And Shank's certainly eyeing something up. So he's got a little bit on there. So we're going to start things off with Midas. Midas is just going to walk up to Boiler, 5 inches into that position, an inch away, and he's going to spend 1, and he's going to hit him. And here we go. So he's got 6 dice to hit on him here, and what can he get? Need 4s, 1 armor.
4s and 1.
4s and 1 armor, and that is
shabby.
pretty good. 4 hits. Let's look at his card, decide what he's doing. And that's going to be a momentous clone, which should be useful this turn. He's going to spend that point of momentum straight away to heal 4 off of himself. So he's now back up to 7, which is a little bit useful. He's going to spend another 1, and we're going to hit Mr. Boiler again with the 6 dice, 4s and 1. Another good roll like that would be nice. And
Another good roll.
This is a really good roll again. That's 4. That's 4. Now I think that at this point, there he is, struggling around for the card. I think at this point with 4, I'm going to do a momentous heavy burden, and I'm going to decide who I'm doing that on. And I'm going to do a momentous push dodge, and I'm just going to dodge myself back into that inch there. So I'm still an inch away, 6 inches away from Fillet. And I'm going to immediately spend that point of momentum to do my metallic skin, and for my metallic skin I'm going to do +1 armor. So there we go, he now has +1 armour, so it's going to be a little bit harder to take down this turn. Clone and unpredictable movement. So we're going to spend the next one here, and we're going to hit Boiler again, needing 4s and 1. There we go, so we get 3 hits, -1 for the armour. That's going to be 2 hits, and 2 hits is going to allow me to do a momentous push dodge. And there we go with a push dodge, which gains me a point of momentum, and I am going to spend my next one again, hitting on Boiler. With those 6 dice, needing 4s and 1, what can we get? And that time we get just 2 hits, which goes down to 1 because of the armour. And we are going to do the momentous heavy burden, which we're now going to do on Fillet. Here we go, we're going to spend the next one, and we're going to hit again. We'll only have 2 left after this, so what can we get? Let's see, a good roll again. We get 3, which goes to 2, which gives us a momentous push dodge. And we're going to spend our penultimate one here. Let's see what we can get. How we roll. And that's a pretty good roll, so we do 4 down to 3, and I think that's going to be another momentous push dodge. And it's the final one. Here we go, spinning the next one. Will I have a choice to do something other than a momentous push dodge? Let's see. We shall see. We roll, we roll, we roll. We get 3, which goes down to 2. No, we don't. So it is going to be a final momentous push dodge. Takes us up to 5 momentum. I'm going to work that out now and drag it.
Right then, so it's going to be Fillet's turn to use her giant stack. She's going to move into Vitriol and spend 1 influence to do a round of attacks.
I will declare a counter attack.
Okay, so I'm hitting Vitriol on...
Vitriol is, I believe, 5s to hit. 5s to hit. Good luck. There you get 3.
3 hits.
Usually good for us.
Yeah, that's actually not too bad dice roll, is it? That will be 2 momentous damage.
You got a point of momentum.
Success.
For the first
I've been so
time
starved.
since right at the start of the game when you passed the ball.
Been so
That's good.
starved with it. And now I'm benefiting, so we'll go to your counter attack.
We absolutely are going to go to my counter attack. So I have 5 dice. You're not in cover or anything at this point.
Nope.
And I need a couple of pluses. Yeah, I absolutely do. So I need a good roll here. Good roll. I ideally want to get 2 results. 2 results. I believe in it.
Oh,
he
nothing.
loves it.
I'll
He
take that.
gets nothing.
It's the heart in the sign this time.
That's it,
Oh,
yeah.
dear.
You
So I
gotta-
think we're going to have to go for another round of attacks.
Absolutely. So we'll mark down her damage from before, and we'll come back with the next attack.
Right then, so Fillet's second round of attacks are going to be bonus time, so she's got 8, which goes up to 9. Hoping for those magical 5s to return. That is an atrocious
have
roll.
not.
Would you look at that? That is going to be
It's wonderful news.
1 single point of damage off 9 dice.
That's absolutely wonderful news.
That's
So we'll mark that off now,
depressing.
and we'll go to the next attack.
Okay, I've been subbed in to try and roll these dice on the next attack to see if we have any better luck.
I've given up.
You're a bit of a fluff roller, aren't you?
I'm terrible, so you might appreciate this.
Anything but 1.
Oh, that's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
That one's kind of cocked, so we'll...
There we
Oh,
go. 3.
see?
That's good.
You're welcome.
That's another 2 momentous damage then.
2 momentous damage. Good stuff. So you get another point of momentum, and we'll mark that damage down
Right,
now.
seeing that performance, I'm going to come back in. So
He's
we're going
getting
to go.
inspired.
Spend this momentum to bonus time. 9 dice. We can't roll as many 2s and 1s as I did last time, we like to think. Oh my god.
It's the wrong thing to say on camera.
Right, never mind.
Jamie and I know this. Never ever say anything but a 1 or...
Once again, Tom rolls 1s. That is 1 non-momentous damage, and I'm going to hang myself.
You should feel ashamed. You should feel ashamed.
So I'm back again now because Tom can't be trusted. Yeah, learn to roll dice is being heckled now, so we'll take 1 away and hope for the best.
Good luck.
No, you didn't mean that.
That's 1.
That's 1.
You're
It's
just
not-
as bad, there we
Hey,
go. That's
well, you know, at
equally
least they
poor.
weren't all 1s. So
One.
that's
1
1.
non-momentous.
I'll tell you what, go on. Roll again for this last one. Let's get this next one done.
Actually,
Go on, Tom.
am I
Go
coming
on.
back in, am I?
He's coming back in, and this is
I
where
just did
it
appallingly.
was an even worse performance.
This is where none of them are 5s.
That's a wonderful
okay.
roll.
That'll do. So 3, 4, 5.
There you go. That's a good result.
That will be 3 momentous damage
Good stuff.
and a 1-inch dodge, which you will simply just nudge away. There.
Yeah, she's going to squeeze around. So 3 momentous damage, and that is Fillet out of action. Back over to the Alchemists. Next up, it's going to be Compound, and he is just going to do a little bit of a shuffle around there, keeping the back of his base within 4 inches.
Shank is just going to move up to here to snap the ball. He is going to attempt to kick it. I'm going to spend my 1 momentum to bonus time. So he's got 3 dice, he's aiming for Brisket. Thankfully,
Nails
he
it.
succeeds, which generates me a point of momentum back. And he's going to spend his second one just to do a little bit of a where did they go dodge just around the back of the rough ground. There.
Go, keeping himself safe. So it's back over to Team Alchemists. And it's over to Flask, and Flask is just going to shuffle a little bit, just making sure he stays within 4 inches of his buddy Mercury. Here we go, what are you doing, buddy?
Right, it's not looking good for the Butchers at the moment, so Brisket is going to spend one to sprint again over the fast ground. Tell me if you've seen this before.
Ba-dum.
And she is going to spend a second one to give herself super shot, which will knock her up to 4. Momentum and influence to shoot. She'll go down to 2 dice, and we're hoping that my characteristically awful rolling. Yeah!
He scores! The crowd go wild!
And that will generate a point of momentum, which I feel that I might as well use straight away because I don't think I'm going to win this roll off. So she's just going to make a little 4-inch scoot back to where she was. Over to you.
So it's right on the knife edge. It is 8 each at this point, and the ball is bouncing back out. Where is it going to go? It's going to go in the 3. I like that, and it's going to go 2 inches. I like that too. So we're going to bounce it out, and then we're going to go to Alchemist's next activation. So it's going to be the turn of Mercury. He's going to try some stuff. He's going to spend 1, and he's just going to run up, and he's going to run up probably less than he needs to go. Probably to about there. That's what we're going to go with. And he's got a kick of 6. He's going to spend 1 to do that. So spend the other one. And he's actually got 4 here. So we're just going to kick it into space there. Let's see if it's a successful kick. It is just. It is just. So which way is it going to go? Which way is it going to go? So it's going to go in the 5, and it's going to go a long way. 5 inches. I will take that all day long. Let's do that. Happy with that? And there we go. That's it for Mercury. Back over to the Butchers.
Okay then, Boiler is going to go on ball retrieval duty. He's going to spend 1 just to run down here and pick up the ball, and then he's going to spend his second one to attempt to kick it to Princess. Now he's only got 2 dice on his kick, so I am going to bonus time this. So we've got 3 die, needing a 4+, successful kick. And rather than generating my momentum, I'm going to spend it straight away just to let Princess make a 4-inch dodge to there with the passing.
There we go, back over to Team Alchemists. Now Calculus is just going to shuffle over there and move 1 inch away from the cover, like so.
Right then, Princess is just going to drop the ball there for Shank to have, and her movement's going to be impeded, so she's going to make a 4-inch move just over to there.
Fantastic. Back to Team Alchemists. So here we go. You've done everything you need to do. So I'm going to try and do what I need to do. I'm going to hit Fillet with Vitriol, and I'm hopefully going to get the result that I need. So I've only got 5 dice here. Not in cover or anything along those lines. Let's see what I can get. That was Fierce, and it was the 2 that I need to get that push dodge. So I'm going to do the momentous push dodge now. Gain that point of momentum, which is what I would like, and we're going to create a little bit of room. Vitriol is then going to spend 2 to charge. She's charging Boiler. She's staying outside of his melee zone, but she's going to go there where she is 2 inches away, and that means she's going to get the +4. So 9 dice in total, needing 4s and 1 in this instance. 4s and 1. So what can she do to him? And we get not a fantastic roll. -1 as well, so just the 3 hits, it's going to be a momentous push dodge though. So we're going to work with that now, and there you go. As you can see, she has push dodged Boiler away, and she's come 1 inch this way, and she might as well just spend that last one popping smoke on herself like so. So there's just Rage to go, and then we'll be looking at, oh, she's also going to spend that point of momentum, nearly forgot that, to heal herself for 4. So I'm on 5 momentum at this point, and it's over to Rage.
Right then, Rage is probably going to have to play the role of blocker here, so he is simply going to scoot his 5 and stand. You shall not pass, Vitriol, next turn. Back to you.
That's the pitch after turn 4. We're going to remove all of our tokens and the like, and because I have 5 momentum, it's automatically going to go to the Alchemists. Can they take this with a goal? Can Vitriol do it? We're going into turn 5, and we've just allocated our influence. Of course, the Alchemists are going to be going first, and it's the standard 7, 2, and 4.
I'm gonna have Vietnam flashbacks of this lineup.
So as you can see, the Butchers have spread it around nicely just in case, because she could miss. She could miss.
All the influence, but not able to do much with it, hoping that Vitriol misses here.
Absolutely. So what we will be doing, we have measured this out. We will be doing a charge to avoid Rage's 1-inch melee. So she's in 2 inches away from Shank. She's going to hit at Shank. She's going to try and get some momentum, and she's going to try and score. Let's do that now. So Vitriol is 1 inch away from the goal, which does count as cover, and she's going to spend 1 to run. Rage is a little bit close to the path to get to exactly where we want to be. So she's going to do a little bendy run. She's got that plus 2 inches, and she's just going to go so that she is 2 inches away from Shank there, and she is going to proceed to hit him. So we're going to spend that 1, and you are not in cover. So I've got 5 dice here.
Yeah, Shank's engaging, so he's got 2-inch melee.
It certainly does. So here we go. Needing 4s. And we get 3. We get 3, so I'll work out exactly what I'm doing, and we'll go from there. So at this point I'm going to take the Momentous Clone, just to get that point of momentum. That wasn't a bad roll, and we're going to spend the next 1 to hit again. We need to keep that momentum, and we want to get that tackle. Needing 4s. And we get it. So we are going to tackle the ball from Shank, and we're 8 inches away from the goal. We're going to spend that momentum and that final point of influence and give this a go. So she's got a kick of 4, down to 3 because he's engaging with Shank.
Let's hope for something here.
No, it misses. The jibber fails.
Thank God.
So wow, Vitriol could be in a spot of bother here, and the ball is going to bounce around. Oh dearie me.
Butcher's gonna
Finally. Finally.
A stroke of luck. So where is that ball going to go? Would you like? Do I roll for it?
Go for
it. So here we go. It's going to go in the 4, and it's going to go 3 inches.
It's going to bounce onto the goal.
It just stops at the goal.
Stops at the goal.
Yeah.
So, boop.
There we go. And with that, that's it. Oh dearie me. It's back over to the Butchers.
Right then, the lovely Fillet is going to spend 2. It's even out now, you can't cry. It's going to spend 2 to give her a quick foot. That means she can make an 11-inch looping run to about there, picking up the ball. She's then going to attempt to kick it to Shank, so Rage won't mind too much, you'll just have to duck. 3 dice over 6 inches. Success!
This point of momentum.
And I will spend the momentum, predictably.
-6, lucky boy.
I know.
5s.
I know. And
Engage play.
oh, that's a good point actually. Yeah, to make a 4-inch dodge, just basically to cower away from the mighty Midas. And there he is.
There we go. So back over to the Alchemists. That was a bad miss. That was a bad miss. So everything is far away from the ball and Shank and Brisket, and it's just very tough. So I'm not really sure whether this is the right thing to do, but I can't see many options. So I'm just going to walk round 5 inches with Mercury, and I'm going to fire some fire into that position there, and 5's to hit because it's Charmed Mail.
Yeah.
So here we go. Can we get it? 2 6s.
Oh, there's a 6 there on the table.
There's a 6 on the table. There we go. So she is now burning, and she takes some damage.
Right then, the puppy is going to move 6. That gets her into base. Spend her 1 for 4 dice to try and see if she can nibble at Vitriol a little bit. So we need 5 pluses. We get 2.
Get 2.
Which would be 2 momentous damage.
Wow. 2 momentous
The
damage.
clone could eat it.
The clone does eat
The
it.
clone does eat it.
The clone does eat it. There's no choice. So clone eats it, and she will get to dodge 2 inches. So next stop on Operation Trying to Stop the Inevitable. I am going to just shuffle with the big guy here. Compound. That's well within. He's going to make sure the back of his base is still within 4 inches. I'm just trying to cover that area there. So back over to the Butchers. Here we go. So Vitriol could be in a little bit of trouble here. Rage is doing his free charge.
Yep, so Angry Abe 7-inch charge along this line.
You'll get +1 for the puppy dog.
Thank you very much. So he's got 6 base, +4, +1 for the puppy. Let's hope dice rolling is a bit better this time. Just need some
You've got
momentum.
enough, hopefully.
Yeah, 5 pluses.
None.
Yeah, thanks.
You weren't kidding.
2 still, which will fortunately be 2 momentous damage.
Fantastic, which triggers off your berserk.
He does trigger his berserk, so he goes to his base 6 with the +1 there.
Absolutely.
He will go after again.
He gets the 1.
1, which will be a momentous damage. He'll then
By another attack.
make sure that she's bleeding, actually.
Here she
We've got
is.
some sign language in the background there, which just conveniently gave it away. Bleed! He'll spend his 1 to do another round of attacks on her.
Yep, so he's
6 plus the 1 for Princess.
Yep. Okay, and gets
Well, that's a bit better.
That's marginally better.
that's really good.
6 hits.
5 hits.
5 hits, is it? Oh, yeah. 5 hits, that's just
Still good.
too much excitement. Too much
Look at everyone was really shocked.
Everyone's shot to the dice roll.
Yeah.
That'll be 3 momentous damage.
Which triggers, and you're about to kill her.
It triggers the.
Unless, of course.
Unless, of course,
How much health left?
she's got 1 left.
Oh.
So we'll go for the last one.
None!
Big man rage gets it. So that will
So
be
4 dead.
the kill for her.
She deserves it, to be honest. Done my head right.
So
After that
momentum,
miss.
Don't like her anymore.
momentum for the damage and momentum for the kill, and I'll spend one of mine now 5 momentum just to heal him up to 10 HP.
Fantastic. So it's turned into a good round for the Butchers. Let's go back over to the Alchemists. Here we go. Not a lot I can do, so I'm going to spend 1 to run Midas as close as he possibly can. 8 inches to there. That's as far as he gets. And then he's going to spend 1 to attempt the heavy burden. Even 5 here. Can he get it? But
Oh!
Oh, don't pretend. Don't
She's
pretend.
just too pretty. That's the problem.
Don't pretend.
Georgie's
There we go.
Team Brisket flair is coming out too
Yeah.
much here at the moment.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
And then I got 5 here. There's no point really cloning by the looks of it. There's no point doing anything.
Darkness is set.
No, there will be. So it's whether to true replicate something, maybe like a Dirty Knives, or a super shot just in case you maybe a Dirty Knives, or just a whack clone on himself and leave it from there. I mean, you got 2-inch melee clone. I think I will. He's just going to pop clone on himself at this point. Why not? So there you go. That ends Midas's activation. So we're back over to the
Right then,
Butchers.
so Shank is going to make his 4-inch where do they go dodge, just to there. He's going to move forward, just so he's within his kicking range, and he's going to attempt to kick the ball to Brisket. So I am going to spend one of my 4 momentum to bonus time this.
He's going to miss because you don't even like Shank.
I know.
Shank is my favourite.
Oh, it's a successful
Oh, I
kick.
saw the 3 and the 2.
Yeah, I did too.
She'll gain the momentum, but she'll spend it straight away just to use a pass and go and scoot herself just a little bit further out wide with the flame. I've got a momentum to spend, so I might as well spend it to heal Shank 4 HP just in case the worst happens.
There we go. That's what we're hoping for. So it's back to Team Alchemist. Come on, Flask. You can do it. I believe in you. She's going to trundle over there, in the way of the goal, and put it back over to the Butchers. Can Brisket do what Vitriol couldn't? So here we go. Is this the game? Avoiding a big guy's charge.
Right then, so I'm going to spend one of my momentum to take the burning off.
Absolutely.
I'm going to spend 1 influence to super shot her. She's going to spend another 1 to sprint, 8 to here, and then with her super shot and my remaining piece of momentum and influence, she is going to attempt to shoot the ball at the goal, skimming past Flask
To win the game.
to win the game. Oh, here it goes. Oh, Screamer! What a way to finish.
Absolutely nails it. So it is a victory from the jaws of defeat for the Butchers. Let's shake hands.
I'm still Team Fillet. I'm still Team
How
Fillet.
dare you?
What a great game. We're going to go to a post-match report. Don't even want to talk about it. Don't God, shut the toys out of the pram.
Hey, it's okay.
And they were never invited.
It's not
back
okay.
again.
What a great game. That was good
Yeah,
fun.
Fantastic.
Good one to get back into Guild Ball. We were just saying it's obviously I've not played for quite a while, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
At no point did we feel confident during that, was it? It was just Midas is ridiculous.
Because you're
so-
dice rolling,
Yeah,
it's hard to
dice
feel
rolling.
confident, to be honest.
I know.
Quite opposite to myself. So even though I've not played for a while, I probably got overconfident and a bit cocky, a bit arrogant, because I honestly believed throughout the whole game I felt in control.
It felt that way.
I felt in control of where the momentum was coming from, the flow of the game, and was pretty happy that I was going to do that. And then boom,
Vitriol.
just
Sorry.
absolutely, yeah, let me down. But that is the wonderful thing about these games, is that you, no matter how much you put into planning, can spin on its head. So in terms of how you found the whole game,
The power of brisket, I think, compels
My girl.
clearly your spirit
Yes.
animal at this stage. But no, the momentous push dodges, the butchers starved of momentum are not butchers
No.
who can really do much stabbing, to be honest. And it was that. It was just asphyxiation via momentum, really.
yeah, I think butchers are great when because they're fantastic at generating obviously momentum through damage, which is amazing. They're able to put that out. I think one of the best lessons I ever got with Alchemists was when Steve Newton, Steve Newton from Who Cares Who Wins. Hi Steve, if you're watching. When he put his Alchemists out, and I felt for the whole game that I just could not touch him, could not get
That's the
near
way
him.
it felt today.
And I was pretty confident, even though you put Fillet out. Obviously, I'm a butcher myself, so I kind of know how that team works. I knew that the only person who could really touch my team was Shank.
And he was gone straight away, and that was a massive loss.
And you love Shank.
I love Shank, but he was my target priority straight away. You knew that he had to go
Yeah.
with a 2-inch melee. Fillet isn't going to really be able to do what she needs to do against.
But she spent most of the time chasing Midas and Vitriol, didn't she? Really, she didn't.
Absolutely.
You
Well,
know,
that's the thing, you had them running around after you.
her to not
It's
get
the
a
right
kill
way to do it.
is
It's definitely the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Definitely the right way to do it. So in that sense, in the way that the game was going, obviously you scored a great goal in the first turn.
Had to, really. It felt like it was the only option I had available because I was too busy chasing players. It was.
What's really interesting is that obviously at the start of every game, I don't know if you're the same, but you look at the pitch and you think, where am I going to get my VPs from?
Yeah.
You know, is this going to be a 2 goals, 2 kills game? Quite often with the Butchers, it's, you've got your 4 kills,
Yeah.
1 goal. But like I said at the start, your team's pretty good at the whole goal scoring side of things.
The scenery made a difference, knowing that there was some fast ground in the middle of the pitch on the side. It's like, putting brisket there, I wouldn't have had even a chance to get those shots off. And you're right, it's kind of that might tinge your decisions, really, kind of change them a little bit.
Absolutely, and putting her obviously on the opposite flank to Vitriol.
Yeah.
Vitriol being the only one from my team that can touch brisket, who obviously end up being a very important player. Even just the risk of her being there. But again, until I missed that goal, I felt quite in control of which way. Because sometimes it's good to allow a goal. So
Yeah.
you allow a goal because you know where the ball is going to go, and you know that well, that means I'm going to have the ball.
You've got
Yeah,
control.
exactly.
I've got control. I can take my 2 players out. I can get my goal. I've got the momentum, and I can score my goal on the next turn. And that was all going wonderfully to plan. Wonderfully to plan. And then it's probably the positioning of rage was the thing that obviously not being able to use the. Having to go a little bit further, so I couldn't do the direct charge to get the extra dice to probably get the results I wanted. I probably would have wanted to move out of engagement, but that's the game. And then I had no way of touching you because I'd obviously stayed away from all your damage dealing stuff.
Yeah.
Left that all over there. Kind of concentrated on the centre of the pitch on my left flank, and had no way of touching you at that end point.
But I think you talk about that inbound when they're in the corner. Then it's suddenly a chasing game from the other way around. But definitely felt back foot for the majority. But really, really good game.
Oh, fantastic game. Really, really good fun. I hope it comes across on the camera. Of course, make sure you go and check these guys out over on TNG Productions. Links in the video description below. And hopefully I'm going to make a visit back to my hometown. I was born in Southport. Christiana Hartley Hospital.
There we go.
Doesn't exist
I
anymore.
was going to say, that's not there anymore.
No, it's not there anymore. Every time I drive past it, James, I'm not a gangster. I was born there. It's not there
Oh,
anymore.
you're one of those.
Absolutely, I repeat myself all the time. So I'm going to make the trip over to Southport, go see my mum, get some food, say hello to my granddad, and then come and play some Guild Ball.
Bring
with
your
these guys.
butchers,
Yes.
and we look forward to it, definitely.
Absolutely, bring the butchers, bring the bloody butchers. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Remember, if you want to support this channel, you can check out the Patreon, which is in one of the links in the video description below, to try and encourage and support this channel to be able to do even more content than we do now. I've had a great game, you guys had a great game.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Thank you, fellas.
I hope you guys out there are having a good game. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode